Man, it's vacation time. I got some memories to share with you. My vacation in 1992. I never had such a time since I don't know when. I'm counting the days to go back again, so listen up now. My boyfriend Jim called me on the telephone. We're headed for Maine. Would you like to come along? We're gonna rent a camp on the side of a lake. Shazam, that sounded great. And so I packed my bag. We left on Delta from PGA. Boarded our connection in Cincinnati. Up come a storm before it was gone. Lightning dance, I peed my pants. I was nervous. By the time we landed in Portland, Maine, Scotch tape was holding my eyes open. I climbed into the rear of the rented van, told the driver, man, hey, head for camp, cause I'm about to crash. Man. Hey. It took me 2 days to recuperate, and just as things were going great, I climbed on aboard them water skis and proceeded to bang up both of my knees, and they still hurt. Ouch. Jimmy took me for a ride to look around what once was Lake Thompson Campground. There's not much left there in the woods, but his memories are good. That's where he stomped when he was a kid. You see, his dad and granddad and his Uncle John built a campground on the side of that pond. They had high hopes that it would succeed, but the state of Maine disagreed. A nice state to visit. We'll leave it at that. But on a lighter note, how about the time I yanked Jimmy's dad's pants down? I thought he had another pair on underneath. But there he stood, there in his briefs, and how we all did laugh. I couldn't believe how fast the word got around after I pulled his pants down. They were given to him by his sister, I guess, but nevertheless, he looked better undressed. Yunk. Now, yunk, that stands for a yucky hunk. Hey, man. Yunk. Jimmy's dad. Oh, by the way, his name is Everett. He played a trick on me and I'll never forget it. He sheeted my sheets, and when I climbed in, I couldn't get my feet to the bottom. They bottomed out in the middle. The funny thing is, I thought I was to blame because I had made that bed that very morning. I told Jimmy, don't you tell your ma about it. She'll think I'm dumb. No doubt about it, the joke, it was on me. One night I went to bed thinking I was all alone, but I wasn't. My bed was full of pine cones, and when I climbed in amongst them awful things, I couldn't help it. I screamed, and oh, how they laughed. Man, let's go to Norway town. Get some pepperoni pizza. One of them big old awfuls. That pepperoni pizza sure tastes good, but the trouble is I ate much more than I should. Things seemed good in Norway town, but back at camp my tummy turned around, upside down. That awful made an awful U-turn. I had an awful bad case of heartburn. I ended up on my knees with an awful bad case of the heaves, praying to that porcelain god. Well, upchuck, Lord, what can I say? I heaved up everything I ate that day. All that stuff I stuffed into my tummy. Back talk, it wasn't funny. Man, I sure was sick. Jimmy's mother may be built like a ton of bricks, but her sister Louise, I'll never forget that time she passed a little bit of gas, and I cracked up and clapped, and how she laughed. Lord. Hey. I guess my favorite memory is Jimmy out there on his water ski. His dad He sure was proud, but I guess his dad taught him how. At least, that's what his dad told me. Jimmie's dad and granddad and his Uncle John would sit at that picnic table every morning with their noses so deep in the newspaper. Even an earthquaker couldn't have shook them off. In New Hampshire, we spent a week with Jimmie's grandfolks, and they sure were sweet. They got the damnedest dog that you ever did see in everyone, but Jimmie's granddad agreed that it was useless. Its name was Max. Hey, hey, hey. It came to an end on August 3. My water ski knee was still killing me. Back to work, to the same old grind. It sure was one hell of a good time. Let's do it again. Now Jimmie's dad, he's counting the days till next year's holidays. And if I'm asked to go along, what a perfect way to end this song. Oh, hey, Ma, get my suitcase. I gotta pack. We're headed for Maine again. Gonna see Max and Pokey and those awful and Aunt Maurice and those windbreakers. And them Canadian geese and them loons and all those pine cones and shot-sheeted sheets. David, he's stepping in the dog doo-doo and that old blazer, the big culvert, and that hill that keeps getting bigger.